Hey guys, Fusebox back on Raid Shadow Legends. I'm a little bit under the weather, but I'm going to make a really short video to kind of talk about the Clanfather. Is that what he's called here? Yeah. Opardin the Clanfather. All right, so he got a pretty bad review the day that he was announced. And I just don't think he's so bad. And I also want to talk about fragment events in general. Let's take out the fact that you do need shards, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Aside from basically shards, it's pretty much going to get you a free champion just for playing the game. Running your tournaments, running your dungeons, leveling up gear. All these things are pretty common. I think you should be in the habit of saving up most resources for these regardless, because what if this was an overpowered champion? I don't think he's overpowered, but I think he's good. So real quick, let me, how do we actually get to this guy? Here we go. Let's talk about him and then some tips on getting these really easily. A1 is kind of ridiculous. He gets a very small bit of turn meter. It's a bonus, right, for an A1, but I would just ignore this and just take it as a bonus if you even put accuracy on him for it, because now we're going to get into the good stuff. First, he attacks all enemies. He heals all allies by 10% of his max HP. These are good heals. I don't care what hero it is. When they heal by 10%, and you'll notice it's 15% under continuous heal, which will happen. And it goes up another 10% here. And the damage goes up, meaning this might actually have a decent hit, and it goes to a 3-turn cooldown. This is a big heal. A 15%, let's just call it a 15% heal, because that's what it is going to be. A 15% heal on his max HP. He is based on HP, so you're going to have this guy with 80 to 100,000 HP. It should be a hard-hitting move, a decently hard-hitting move. We'll find out. But it's going to heal your entire team by 15% of that 80 to 100k. That's a big heal. That's just a good move to have no matter what. But then you've got this. On a 3-turn cooldown, it removes block buffs and heal reduction. Everybody scratches their head. Well, we're going to show you where you can use this. And then he puts 2 continuous heals up on all allies and has a 100% chance of removing a debuff. So every 3 turns, he's going to do a cleanse on a random debuff, kind of like Doom Priest does every turn. He'll only do it once every 3 turns, but he does put up 2 continuous heals with it. And those continuous heals mean he's going to heal you here for 15% of his max HP. And then down here, this is actually really, really cool. Each time a continuous heal buff heals an ally, it fills that turn meter by 5%. And he's going to put up 2 himself every 3 turns. Of course, you're probably going to try to extend those with lasting gifts in the masteries. You pair him up with somebody that puts up continuous heals as well, somebody like Reliquary Tender, or even better like Bad Elkazar, maybe your Ragram. You're putting up these things. They're getting 15%, 20% every time they take a heal, every turn. That's actually a really neat. It speeds up the entire team, the entirety of your team, not including speed auras or turn meter boost. So this is a solid healing champion. And one thing I see when I'm helping people out on smaller accounts, younger accounts, is they're not building up enough support champions. They just want to build up the nukers, because that's what you see. You go to videos. What are the end game guys get excited about? The nukers, right? I mean, I do too. We all get excited about nukers. You can't beat this game with just nukers. So if you have a lot of support champions, if you've already beaten, I've already beaten everything. I mean, I've beaten all the Doom Tower hard modes. Clan bosses on 1 key. There's not. I mean, there's not a whole lot for me to push for. If you're in that case and you just don't want to do this, then that's totally cool. But he's really, really cool looking champ. I've already heard it said, but this guy needed to be in the Skinwalkers. He looks like a Skinwalker. I wish they would just change that, put him over to Skinwalkers. Seal of the Drakes can carry the Barbarians. If you got Seal of the Drakes, you probably have already beaten your faction wars. That's how good she is. Her and Hakatoon, that's all you need. But this guy, he's totally cool looking. If that A2 hits, he's more than just a really good support champion. Now he's a support champion that can bring damage. Definitely worth doing since it's a fragment. So let's get to the fragment part of this. Everybody's biggest thing, I always hold on to these heroes to help me pull these heroes during the summoning tournament or event, whichever one makes you actually pull heroes, I hold on to them as I get them. I pull them during them. But when it comes to shards, I actually went ahead and pulled a couple of my sacred shards just on a chance of getting Xavia the other day because I've got all these green shards. If you are running 12-3 and leveling up heroes, which is your main focus, getting a massive pool of good heroes so that you have different heroes that you need for different situations. That's one of your biggest goals in this game for the first year that you play it. Getting more level 60s with masteries built up, ascended. While you're doing that, you're getting a ton of green shards. And you shouldn't be pulling these shards just sometimes they're going to entice you, and to each his own. If that's what you want to do during a 2x. A 2x on ancient shards gives you a 1% chance from 0.5 to 1. I just save them and pull them as I go, and I've gotten a lot of great heroes doing it this way. I did, because I'm in this position, I pulled a couple sacreds, hoping during this last 10x, like if I got Xavia to go with my Calvalax, it'd be a whole new way for me to nuke down waves. I don't need her, but I want her, right? So I went for it, but I still got all these shards to help me earn points. I could do it with just green shards alone. So if you're not in the position to do it now, be saving up green shards so that you can do it in the future. Just running 12-3, you're going to earn an awful lot of those. But this guy, let me show you something. I'll be right back. So everyone's like, where do you want to guarantee to remove, block debuffs or block buffs and heal reduction? When you come through and beat this spider, now you don't need him if you've already beaten it, but I guarantee you that he would have been on my team. Let me get into this fight and just show you with a team that can beat it, but what a pain in the butt it is when heal reduction lands constantly. Now, as we're getting to the boss, we're just going to let it auto. I mean, we're using some of the best heroes in the game, right? We've got Brogni in here, Lydia in here to make sure we don't have to worry about if HP burn is up. I've got increased accuracy with HP burn on Yoshi to make sure that we can land HP burn just so that we're taking damage. Cardiel, a full team cleanse, and Doom Priest who cleanses every turn. That would be your argument against building this Clanfather, right? Well, when we get in here, watch, even with block debuffs up between two of my heroes, Brogni and Cardiel, with a full cleanse from Cardiel and a cleanse every turn from Doom Priest, and they are in good gear, watch how often we end up not being able to heal. Okay, right here. We're still going to let it run. We still have a no heal debuff right here. We did just cleanse one with Doom Priest, but we've got one up right now, making my team much less effective. That would be removed as soon as he got his turn, and I would even put him in conjunction with somebody like Doom Priest. Normally, I'd be going after this guy over here. I try to get him out of there quickly, but you kind of could see, I guarantee you, as this drags out, it becomes harder and harder to heal. We'll let it go one more time here. Look at all those block, everything that he removes, and the third debuff would be removed just by him taking a turn. He makes perfect sense here, and as well as Ice Golem or Hydra, who both can put up the ads on Ice Golem, can block your ability to heal. That gets a lot of people killed. If you're in game, you've got it figured out, right? I get that. I understand. Me too. I've got it figured out. But in these scenarios, Hydra Boss does this too. It could be really big for some players. It really could. So I'm not going to sit here and make you watch this whole fight. We'll go ahead and turn this. But the fact that he could come in and take care of that for you with a 15% heal across the board and continuous heals that continuously keep your team taking turns and healing up because they don't have to worry about that heal reduction debuff or the ability to buff themselves because of the block buffs. It's not a bad idea. Now, is he going to play out in places like Arena? Well, if he hits hard, no, probably not. I'm going to be honest, probably not. Is he the guy that you need right now? Now that you're thinking about what he can do, maybe for somewhere like Ice Golem. Let's say that you do have your Ralgrim or Bad Elkazar, but you can't build that solo build. Bringing him with them means you're getting quite a bit more healing. Not going to let the Ice Golem's ads take away your ability to heal. There's ways around it, but you got to build high resistance. You've got things that the average early player aren't going to be able to do. So I want to real quick talk about how he can be good, like progression, and let you kind of make up your mind if you need him before you just start saying he's bad, because almost every one of the fusion and fragment heroes that I've done for so long now all have a place somewhere on my account. There's a time I can use them. I don't always, but you might not have cardio. You might not have some of these heroes. So I wanted to go over him real quick video, just so that you do know there's actual use for him and kind of niche, but very specific places that he will probably be one of the best in slots until you get those amazing heroes and can do it without him. Other than that, I just wanted to kind of talk about how he does have a place in the game. And until next time, enjoy the grind.